Outside the Wire is the brand new Netflix original action sci-fi film. Stars Anthony Mackie, Damon Idris, and Michael Kelly. It's about in the near future, a drone pilot played by Idris is sent into a deadly militarized zone and must work with an android officer played by Mackie to locate a doomsday nuclear device. The movie is rated R and is 1 hour and 54 minutes. Welcome back to the brand new Netflix original film here on Max Talks Movies. Before I get into my non-spoiler thoughts of Outside the Wire, which dropped today, Friday, January 15th on Netflix, please hit the like button. That's the best way to support this channel, help the algorithm out on my videos. Also, please comment down below. Let's have a nice, lively conversation in the comment section. Let me know if you like this film, didn't like the film. If you haven't seen it yet, let me know. You can check this one out this weekend on Netflix. Tell me if you've seen a trailer, all of the above. Just let me know. Let's have a nice conversation in the comment section. I'll reply to all of your comments. Also, if you like new to the channel, welcome. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie platform, streaming platform reviews, and movie rankings. If you like any one of those four things, I would highly recommend joining the channel, subscribing, and ringing that bell. Also, follow me on all my social media. And now let's get into the review. So I heard a lot of mixed things. I didn't see a trailer. I just saw the poster. So I really didn't know the plot about the film. I just knew Anthony Mackie is in the movie. So overall, guys, Netflix is really honing in now on action movies now. The past year, last year, this was their biggest action year with films like Extraction, The Old Guard, Project Power, just a lot of Netflix action films last year. And they're not supposed to be super elaborate like superhero films like the MCU. They're trying to be B-level action films, which I'm all for. I really had a solid time with all those three films. While the stories weren't always there, the action was pretty much well done in all three of those films. So I was kind of intrigued by this film. I just wanted to sit down. The story might not be there, but I wanted to enjoy the action. And I'll get into that in a bit. So our lead character is actually Damson Idris, who plays the lead character in the film. Now, it's heavily been promoted that Anthony Mackie is kind of the center focus. He is really the main character and the character that they want the audience to relate with. As I said, he's a drone pilot. Something goes wrong in the opening 10 to 15 minutes of the film, and he is now sent to be an on-the-ground officer working with Anthony Mackie to find this nuclear bomb. And it was a nice contrast. Like the beginning of the film, he's a cocky, arrogant drone pilot, but he hasn't really realized what his damage has done seeing it from the ground level. And I thought that those different story points were there for the taking for this movie. And he was definitely my favorite character in the film. While he wasn't nearly as fleshed out as he should have been, they try to add in a lot of different subplots for him. He continues to talk about his fiance that he's going to marry in the next couple of months, and we just see a picture of her the entire movie, and I don't really care about that. They try to add in his arrogance, which you don't really get to see as much as I really wanted to, but Idris is doing a really solid job. I think especially towards the end of the film, he does the best at what he is given. I think a lot of people are saying that he was miscast. I don't really feel that way. I feel like his character was easily the strongest part of the film, and the dialogue wasn't quite there for him as much as other characters. And now we'll move into Anthony Mackie, who basically plays the Terminator, is what his main comparison is. He is an android. He's only been alive for 5 years, and he's a captain. He gets to do whatever the hell he really wants in the military. Mackie's so fun to watch on screen. The first half of the movie, he's really funny. He's doing his usual Anthony Mackie-ism, which I am all for. Anthony Mackie knows what genre fits him and really goes for it in every movie, and that's why I like Anthony Mackie, who once again delivers. He was also in a Netflix action film 2 years ago on Netflix. So it seems like Netflix is more becoming of his forte, which is I'm all for. Anthony Mackie keeps doing some more action. It's called Point Blank with Frank Grillo that came out in 2019. So he's back with another one. And he's good. Now, there's a particular character decision that happens halfway through the film, heading towards the third act. And then Anthony Mackie literally just became a robot who I didn't really care about. The performance was kind of weird because it's definitely led by direction. I'm not blaming Mackie, but stuff that he does towards the end of the film just comes out of the blue. And I'm trying to say my positives here. Mackie and Idris do a fine job here. The film looks fine. It has an interesting enough plot to keep me engaged for the full 2 hour runtime, which I don't have a problem with. I think a lot of people think, let's just do a 90-minute action movie. But with a movie like this, where you need world building, I'm all for a 2 hour film. And I normally do complain about time, but this one I really can't, because this movie needed time to breathe, to explain what is going on. And that's why I'm going to go into my negatives at the moment. And my main negatives are really this story and the way the action scenes were handled. First of all, as I said in my little bit of my positive with Idris, a lot of his subplots are very much forgotten about. There's characters that we're introduced to in the film that kind of get thrown away and have a scene, maybe two scenes, that seem like to be important, and then you kind of forget about those characters towards the end of the film. There's a main, I guess, villain of the movie. The character's name is Victor Koval, who we're kind of just told about the entire film, and then when it obviously the reveal is going to happen. The villain felt so weak and so not necessary when you finish the film. You're finished. Why are we caring about this one person if this is what's going on? And I'll say this too: this is one of the most telegraphed or one of the most predictable action films that I've seen in a pretty long time. Really, at least in a year. It's a very predictable film. There's, of course, multiple plot twists that happen throughout the film that I could see coming a mile away. The more you are in the story, I was kind of talking to myself out loud, like, is this really what's going to happen? This person's probably the villain, all this type of stuff. And it kind of happens in the exact way that I expect it to happen in. And that's a negative with the film. It needed to be. And also, for a movie that takes place in 2036, there's robots on both sides of the war. There really wasn't any world building. The movie's called Outside the Wire. That line is spoken one time. And you don't understand, why it's such a big deal to be outside the wire other than to just be in a war. It didn't feel as... this could have set up a whole franchise, in my opinion, because the world building was there. The little big plot with this kid who's a drone pilot, who's a cocky kid who now gets to learn about what it's like to be on the ground. I'm all for that. But the way it was handled was also not very well done. And my main issue with the film really is the action. I just need good action to entertain myself, to at least give you an average grade. But the acting and really the editing of these action scenes are so quick that you can't really tell what's going on. And sometimes it kind of felt like a video game, not just because Mackie is a droid, just the way the action was shot. And it's rated R, and I thought it would be a lot more violent. It really is just rated R, so Anthony Mackie can curse throughout the entire film. It's not a rated R for the action point of view. And when I watch a rated R action sci-fi film, I want that action to be there and to be a little bit bloody and to be out there, but it just wasn't enough. The quick editing, sometimes there were fight scenes at night that I had no idea what was going on. So for an action film that needs a good story and action, it really misses the mark. So overall, guys, I'm going to give Outside the Wire, the brand new Netflix original film, a 2 out of 5 stars, a 42%, guys. I can't go average. I was really, really close to making it 2.5 out of 5. But when I reflected on the movie, thought about the story, thought about the wonky action scenes and characters that you don't really care that much about, it really does pull you out of the movie. So I'll give it a 2 out of 5, a 42%. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my review of Outside the Wire. Before I go, please hit that like button if you're enjoying this review. Also, comment down below, do you agree with me? Do you actually disagree with me? Do you think this is one of the better Netflix action films they have done? I want to have a fun conversation in the comment section down below. Subscribe, share, ring that bell, pop it next to my head on my other 2021 movie reviews that I've done so far this year. Also up top is my spoiler review of episodes 1 and 2 of WandaVision. So please go down a rabbit hole on my YouTube channel, check everything out, support the channel. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys very, very soon.